In some breaking news, a Minnesota Fighting Vikings coordinator won't be returning next year. Now, they have in can Mar Malouf. Vikings offensive coordinator Gary Kubiak is apparently leaning towards retirement. This is from Tom Pelissero, quote, from the Aftermath NFL Network, Vikings offensive coordinator Gary Kubiak is leaning towards retirement, a decision that will force Mike Zimmer to seek his sixth OC in 6 years. Now, Kubiak potentially think about his health as well as giving the next generation a chance here. I did think that he potentially could run it back, but he is getting up there in age, notably had health problems at his previous stops in Denver and Houston before. And also, when he came on to the Viking staff last year, it was in a consulting capacity. Like, he wanted to help out Kevin Stefanski. He wanted to help out his son, Clint Kubiak, as a quarterback coach, right? So him as OC this year just seems sort of like a stopgap. Like, I understand Gary Kubiak is certainly his prerogative, and Zimmer had to have known, like, this was not going to be a long-term solution in all likelihood. So Zimmer looking for another OC again. And remember, he's always wanted that head coach of the offense. You look at Norv, you look at Shermer, you look at JDF, you look at Stefanski, you look at Kubiak, etc. But, so the question is that next OC going to come from in-house? I don't know. So quarterback coach Clint Kubiak has been the QBC for the last 2 years. Respect. He is young, but also Kevin Stefanski was young. And yeah, nepotism, all of that stuff. But also, who knows Kirk Cousins better in that building than Clint Kubiak? Probably no one, right? Well, no one now that Gary's gone, right? So if you do want continuity on this extremely good offense, as well as Kirk Cousins, the way that he played after the bye. Plus, you factor in 2019 was probably his best season up till parts of 2020 in his career. Clint Kubiak was a quarterbacks coach. So it would be a massive leap of faith since he hasn't called plays at any capacity at any level. So yeah, it would be tough. But if you want continuity, if you like what is going on with Dalvin, the O-line, the running game, the O-line running game, the O-line pass blocking game, maybe not so much. Justin Jefferson, Thielen, and Kirk Cousins, etc. Maybe you do that, right? And also, what happens with offensive line coach Rick Dennison, tight ends coach Brian Periani. Periani can stay. Dennison, not so much. But I think Zimmer may give Kubiak the younger the shot. So Clint Kubiak, because remember, Clint Kubiak was a Vikings system wide receiver coach last offensive quality control 2013-2014. Zimmer came in 2014, and then he retained him from Leslie Frazier's staff, just like he did with Kevin Stefanski. So he obviously impressed Zimmer enough. They decided to keep him around for a year, separate from his dad, Gary Kubiak. So that is worth noting. So could get interesting in this spot. But if the Vikings do go outside higher, I don't know. I don't know. It's a complete blank slate. Looking around at quarterback coaches, looking around at offensive line coaches. Maybe go try and get Bill Callahan or something. I don't know. But what does this do with scheme? All right, so Kubiak, primarily a West Coast passing, zone running guy. Does Zimmer bring in more of an Air Coryell like Norv, an Ernard Perkins guy, a spread air raid guy, even though that's probably less likely considering Zimmer's willingness to, or wantingness to run the ball all the time, right? Does the run game go from a zone to more of a man gap scheme? You're going to have to overhaul personnel, so I don't know. But yeah, Kirk Cousins, he gets a lot of flack. But also, this is going to be his fourth different play caller in 4 years. And I know this year, a little bit of a blending of Kubiak with Stefanski last year, but is what it is. This year or next season is going to be the fourth different guy in his ear in that microphone in 4 different seasons. So cool. And also, Zimmer's job security, if they do go with the outside hire, Zimmer's job security could be a factor in who they get, because if you're going deep sea fishing, if you want one of the big name hot OC play caller guys, the fact that Zimmer might not be here beyond next season, that could factor in. So I don't know, but bring it back to Kubiak. If this really is it, and I actually do believe him, like Gary Kubiak is one of the most honest, nicest, straightforward, and earnest people that you'll find. Not even just football, but just in life in general. But it's been a hell of a career, man. He won Super Bowl 50 as a head coach. Wade Phillips' defense, as well as the running game, just dragging Peyton Manning's corpse across the end line. Cool. And then he won 2 in Denver as OC in 97, 98. And then won another in San Francisco in 94 when he was quarterbacks coach for Steve Young. So, 4 rings. It's a hell of a career. And maybe he does get to pass the torch on to his son, which, be a beautiful thing, especially if this offense keeps clicking. But great. Marvin Maloof is still here, by the way. But no. But your thoughts. Gary Kubiak leaning towards retirement. Let us know in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support that work, both on the Venmo. But until next time, Skull Production Value.